Hi everyone, welcome back. Happy Monday. Today we are going to be going over network components. So for this whole video, let's go ahead and assume, or let's go ahead and imagine that we are in a restaurant. What do we see in a restaurant? We see people sitting at tables. We see people serving those people at tables. We see managers. We see hostesses. We also sometimes hear bells on the doors whenever customers come in and out of the store. The bell will ring, alarming the hostess that, hey, there's a client coming in, you need to. So with keeping that in mind, let's go ahead and go over this first one. This is a woman that has just come into the restaurant. She's been seated. She has her table. She's looking at the menu right now. Go ahead and think of her as a client. She is a client of a restaurant. And let's go ahead and see outside of the scenario what this client is supposed to do, or what it is more like. So a client outside of this scenario is a workstation, a laptop, smartphone, etc. It's some sort of device that's thought of as a client. Okay, for this next one, this person right here is supposed to be the server for the client. So what the server does is serve what the client needs, what it wants, what someone, like, let's say that you were at a bar or something, and or let's stick to the restaurant scenario. Let's say like you were a client sitting by yourself and a different client from across the room saw you sitting by yourself and said to their server, hey, send them a glass of wine or something, just something to be nice. So this server is going to serve what the client wants, what it needs, and that good stuff. So again, going outside of our restaurant scenario, let's go ahead and see what the server is supposed to do, or what it is more like. So there are specific servers called email, web, and file. And very simple, all of these just have a simple specific task that you're supposed to take care of. So say for example, a client wanted to send a email to the person across the room. The client would tell the server, and the server would then send what the client wanted to, this little letter or note that the client wanted to send to the person across the room that was generous enough to offer a glass of wine. That is the same thing with these other ones. Email takes care of email, web takes care of all of your web services, and file takes care of your file. So this is going to be our hostess. And if you don't know what that is, in a restaurant, a hostess is simply just the person that greets you whenever you walk into a nice restaurant. She's going to say, hi, how many? And you're going to tell her to, or however many people you have with you. And your server, she's going to look around and see where clients are. She's intelligent, which I will go ahead and knock this out right here. She is intelligent, so she remembers the client's names that she has already sat down. Of course, she doesn't automatically know this. She has to get this information from the client. While she is seating the client, she'll say, what's your name? And the client will say, my name's Bob. And she's like, okay, writes down on her little dry erase board. And she's like, all right, Bob's sitting right here. And if he has more people coming into his party, she knows exactly where to send Bob incoming party members. She inspects the traffic in that way. She's seeing what clients are coming in. She's recording what clients are coming out. She's recording the source addresses. And let's go ahead and say that source address, that is Bob's name, but it is Bob's full name. So let's go ahead and say Bob, Billy, Billy Bob. So Bob is his first name, Billy, and then Billy Bob. 3 names. Bob has 3 names, middle name, last name, first name. And so she's recording this information so she can direct traffic in the correct direction to the correct port. And she's making forwarding decisions. And whenever she's learning Bob's name and the other clients in the restaurant, she is burning his name into her mind, or she's putting it on her dry erase board. And this is going to be known as NIC, which is Network Interface Card. Network Interface Card is a component that provides networking capability. And through this, you have Media Access Control, which is MAC. No, we're not talking about Mac computers. It's just MAC address, and what it stands for is responsible for the transmission of data packets to and from network interface card. To reiterate what our host does going outside of the restaurant scenario, our host is a switch. That is what she is. That's what kind of device she is. She learns what device lives off what ports. So if we're going back to our restaurant example, it simply means she's learning what clients are at what tables so she can send appropriate traffic to them. She's intelligent, she learns. In that, she's recording the source address, the traffic. She inspects the traffic. She sends traffic to appropriate port by looking at destination address, which she's learned from, hard coding, or not hard coding, but physically burning this information into the network interface card. I see. She cuts down traffic volume, and this simply means that she's not going around to every table every time asking each client what their name is. She's learning Bob's sitting at that corner, Sarah's sitting at that corner, and we're good. Whenever more traffic comes in, she can say, oh, Sarah's sitting over there, or oh, Bob's sitting over there. She isn't, every time a new client comes in or traffic comes in, she's not going to each table saying, you're Bob, right? Oh, no, you're Sarah or Sally, and makes forwarding decisions based on address. Address is physically burned into a network interface card installed in a host. This is equals media access control address. Can function at higher layers. And I know some of you are going, what does layer 2 mean? What is that? Just keep the layer 2 in mind. We're not going to hit on that just yet in this video. This next person is a manager. The manager is going to be talking to the hostess saying, hey, this table's open, just kind of helping the hostess direct traffic. Go ahead and go outside of our restaurant scenario. Don't worry about the layer 3 yet. We'll hit on that in a different video. But our manager is intelligent. Our manager inspects destination IP address, makes forwarding decisions based on logical network addresses. Most modern networks use Internet Protocol IP addresses. Therefore, most routers know what logical IP networks live off which router interface. Examines destination IP address of the traffic, intelligently forwards traffic out to the appropriate interface. So a router manager is much like our hostess, except the layer 3, and it's dealing with addresses on a logical level. Alright, so this next one is, so go back into our restaurant scenario, and whenever you walk into a restaurant and you hear that little bell sound that goes off, or I don't think you necessarily hear it in a restaurant, but more like convenience store, whenever a person opens and closes the door, a bell will go off. And let's go ahead and assume that the bells go off at every door in the restaurant. We don't have a very good bell system apparently, because it's alarming at every door, not conserving energy, electricity, and whatnot. We don't know which door the client is coming through because it's just going off at every door in this building. But let's go ahead and say that the restaurant has one of these. So a person comes through, bell sets off, the switch sees it, the manager sees it, and they can then take care of the traffic that is coming in. Let's go ahead and step outside of our restaurant scenario. This is a layer 1, and it's kind of a dummy. So this just simply means that there's no inspection. It's unlike our intelligent host right here, and as well as our intelligent router, manager, it doesn't just ring at one door. It's ringing at sending information to all doors in the building. So therefore, nobody knows this, but it's not learning which door needs to be when only it is open. A hub is a older technology. Available ports vary. Limit to interconnected hubs. No inspection performance. Receives traffic in ports and repeats traffic out other port. Or local area network host, it's obsolete. Really. All of this can be a little bit scary because it's like, holy moly, this is there's a lot on the screen right now. But let's go over it one more time. This is our client that has just sat down. This is our server that serves the client. This is our hostess, which is a switch. And this is our manager, who is a router. And this is our hub, which is a kind of like the switch. Same thing, but it's not smart. It doesn't learn anything, unlike our host right here. It saves time by learning where the traffic is coming from. So let's go ahead and step outside of our restaurant scenario. This red line connecting our little people that we talked about is either let's go ahead and assume that we're in a local area network, which interconnects network components, which are these awesome people. And I don't know if I said this yet, but video is over network components, and every person that we went over is a network component. So a local area network interconnects network components within a local area, for example, in a building, which for our example is a restaurant. Our local area network technologies are Ethernet and wireless, and this is going to be very important to learn. So go ahead and write this down. A Ethernet or local area network, or LAN, is going to be 802.3, and then a wireless for the LAN is going to be 802.11. The connection, all of our components are connected via copper cable, fiber optic, radio wave, and major shout out to my 16th subscriber, Evan Espinoza. We were good friends in high school, and I'm glad that we've reconnected. And I'm, 16 subscribers. I'm super happy about it. Super cool. Didn't think I would get this far. I got really excited when I just got one. So thank you all of my subscribers, and I hope to catch you in my next video. Thank you for watching.